You're watching Thrifty Kaniffy. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Thrifty Kaniffy. So, today I want to dedicate this video to RJ's Knives. If you're not aware, RJ is a content creator in the knife community, and if you haven't followed his channel or seen his channel, I encourage you to go see what he's all about and the knives and things that he shows, and the great videos that he makes, and the passion that he has for this hobby. So, I want to extend my gratitude to him and also offer my support in his efforts to recover from COVID. He and his wife were both infected recently, and he talks a little bit about his recovery, and he's not all the way there yet, but it looks encouraging. So, RJ, this is for you. This video I dedicate to you, and I know these random ramblings videos are some of your favorites, so hopefully you really enjoy this. So let's start out by doing an open tag so that when RJ comes back, he has something to look forward to, a video to look forward to making. And I'm going to call this open tag Secondhand Sensationals. Secondhand Sensationals. So these are used knives, and let's just do 3. We'll just make it really easy. Just keep everything super simple for RJ and anyone else who wants to participate in this tag. So the only requirement is that the knife be used when you purchased it. That's it. And maybe 3 of them. And if you don't have 3, just do whatever you have, or if you have more that you'd like to show more. No real strict requirement on 3. That's just what I'm going to show. Alright, so again, this is for you, RJ, and I hope you're feeling better soon, and that you're back to making videos and providing some more great content. So this first one up is one that I picked up just recently. Had to go visit family on Thanksgiving, and one of my favorite things to do when I travel is to try to find pawn shops or secondhand stores or antique stores or whatever. It's just one of my favorite things to do. I like to travel like state roads rather than the interstate. To me, the state roads bring you, if you have the time to travel them, so much of what America is about. And I encourage any of you international guys who ever come over here to travel state roads and partake in the small businesses along those roads. So many interstates have bypassed some of the greatest small towns in America that much of it goes lost, and I think a lot of people have lost their livelihoods to people just being such a rush and life moving so fast that they can't slow down for some of the finer things in life. And I think traveling state roads is an important thing for Americans to do. And I would encourage anybody who comes here who's traveling by car to do that as well, because you're going to miss out on a lot of cool stuff if you don't do that, and a lot of cool sights. And so anyway, while I wax nostalgic about all of that, I think this knife represents exactly that, because I found this in a little family-owned business secondhand store, and I just think it's a cool little knife. This is a Brown camp knife, Brown Shoe Company. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Brown shoes, but those of sort of kids in the 70s will remember Buster Brown. Well, that's the same shoe company that I'm pretty sure is responsible for Buster Brown shoes. So Buster Brown, or it just says Brown Shoe Company out of St. Louis, and it's just a little camp knife. So you have this, I guess spear point blade we'll call it, with this really long pole on these carp. Well, it says it says they're stainless. No, it doesn't. I don't remember. Maybe there is another blade that says these are stainless, but yeah, it's even got half stops. But you got your main blade there, and this wood frame, brass pins, nickel silver bolsters. It's missing the bail, but I intend on buying one to replace it. And you got this cool blade, and somebody tell me what this blade's called. I would have to look it up to know for sure, but I've seen them before. I just can't recall what they're called. Maybe there's a specific name for them, but again, just like a camp utility blade. And then on this side, you've got a bottle lifter and screwdriver combination. So, and then on the back, you've got this really, really, really nice awl blade, leather. Yeah, the little awl blade there, punch blade, whichever you want to call it. So cool little knife. I think I maybe paid $8 for this, and it's just insane how good a little piece this is for that amount of money. So, you know, I offered her more money. I felt like it was worth more than that, but that's all she wanted for it. And another little piece I picked up on the road was this. Uncle Henry comes in this little case. I want to say this is probably from the early 70s. Based on the tank stamp, I think it's from 73 or before. But it comes in this little display case, and it had the little paperwork with it. The knife itself is not in the greatest condition, but I didn't care. Like, again, I just like to support these smaller businesses, you know, along the road, and to me that's as important about buying them sometimes as anything else. She got this really cool little Turkish clip blade here, and this is a Schrade Walden Uncle Henry, and this one's New York American made. Of course, this Buster Brown was American made as well. Yeah, let's keep that one on here. All right. But yeah, so 2 American knives, which is cool, and then we've got this flying squirrel shield with Uncle Henry on there. Little stag bone handle, and nice little narrow clip blade. This is like 3.5-inch Stockman, slightly over actually. I think it's more like 3 5/8 is probably pushing it, but a 16th past 3.5. And you get this blade here, which was the sheep's foot, which has a little broken tip, and it looks like it hit an arc. Somebody, it looked like it arced and melted the blade, because it's got this bubbling on both sides. Like, so I don't know. Hope no one died in the process of doing that, but yeah, that was a nasty spark. So yeah, and that's almost got a story behind it. So I just hope no one got hurt from it. But there you go. This is you know, your spay blade. So just a nice little Stockman, medium Stockman. I don't know what the model number for this is. I'm guessing it's probably not too hard to find out, but it doesn't have it on the knife itself. And you know, you got your brass liners. Pretty neat old knife. You know, I probably paid more than it's worth, but oh well. Sometimes it's not about the money, you know, it's about helping people out. So there's that. So there's 2 used knives. Now this is one I picked up on eBay. Again, I'm just have this fascination with these Imperial fish knives, just because they're so cheap, and they're, you know, not the greatest quality knives, but you can really get some good bargains on eBay for these guys. And this one, you know, was just all stainless. So just polished up the, or you know, sheet metal, whatever they made these out of. And these don't even have the covers on them. These are just stamped in scales. Just made to look like a jigging pattern. And just polished it up, you know, fish knife. Got your large clip blade and then the scaler. And it's got a little separator in between. Just a cheap Imperial. Nothing special, but they don't go for anything. Hardly, maybe, I may have paid $7 for this. I don't even know if it was that much. So, those eBay's bargains on these Imperial knives will give you a chance to, you know, get some older stuff that you don't really have to pay an arm and a leg for. You know, got your cap lifter there, and then your scaler, and then your hook remover. So, yeah, just see how good that polishes up. I mean, it's some bling on that thing now. So, yeah, use knives, RJ, and anyone else who wants to partake. So there's my 3 selections for secondhand sensationals. Alright, now we will move on. I got some other topics I want to cover for you guys. It's going to be a long video, and I really don't even care. I mean, you guys don't want to stick around, that's up to you. But I got a lot to talk about. It's been a little bit since I've made a video. I've been kind of busy. And buying a lot of knives has taken up my time too. I have probably bought more than 100 knives since since the beginning of the month. So, quite a few. One other thing, you might notice this sticker here. I've got stickers made now. So what I would like to do is anybody who is a content creator in the knife community, if you could contact me at thrifty.kaniffy@gmail.com, I would like to trade stickers with you. And if you don't have stickers and you're a content creator, just let me know and I'll still send you a sticker. You don't need to trade anything in return. The only thing I ask is that you know, promote the channel whenever you receive the sticker. That's it. So if you're willing to do that, then I'll ship you a sticker free of charge. Yeah, I'd like to just to swap with all the guys. You know who you are. If I've communicated with you a bunch on the channel, between your channel and my channel, you know, there's probably a dozen different guys, and I don't want to just name everybody because then I'll end up forgetting somebody, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, so thrifty.kaniffy@gmail.com. Just let me know. I'd love to trade stickers with you guys. And you know, we can cross promote and do that. And then like I said, if you don't have any stickers made up or you don't have any left, you know, I'll still be perfectly willing to send you one. You know, the only thing I ask in return is to have you mention the channel when you receive the sticker. That's all I ask. All right, up next we are going to talk some about old timers. I know a lot of you guys aren't like super huge fans of old timers. I know in particular Jersey Knife Guy doesn't really care for the modern ones, the Chinese made ones, but I get it, and the handles on these aren't that fantastic. But I just wanted to point out that, you know, that they make some pretty decent alternatives with handle material that you can get. Now this is the 8OT Senior, and this is your standard one with the cheaper, no longer saw cut Delrin. It's just saw cut something or other plastic. And I'm not a huge fan of these the plastic on these either, but I still think they're really well made knives. Or maybe not the fit and finish that everyone loves. Jersey Knife Guy calls them crude, and I think that's a pretty good descriptor. That's a pretty good point. But they're made to be work knives and hard use. So you know, sometimes it's form over fashion, I guess you'd say, because they're not out to set any trends. They're just meant to be an old timer, you know, that makes sense. Now here's the ones with the bone. This is the 8 OTB, okay, and the B stands for bone. And you can see these handles are quite a bit thicker than this one. You know, a little bulkier. But they are, you know, just a nicer quality. And they've stepped up the blades. These are 7CR17 mauve. And these are 918 or 9CR18 mauve. And from the information I'm gathering here, this is much more similar to a 440C blade. The Chinese still 9CR18 is a blade similar to 440C. So you get the addition of these mirror finish blades, which also have better steel on them. So a little more hardness. The hardness on these is between a 58 and 60. And the standard ones are just the 7CR17. So these are going to hold an edge a little longer. But honestly, I've never had any trouble sharpening 7CR17. So you guys' mileage may vary, but I guess it all comes down to how you sharpen and how often you sharpen. I don't know. Another option, but this is just with the 7CR17, is this ironwood. Now this is also a senior. This is the 8 OTW. Again, gives you another option for handle material. So that's the big turnoff for you guys. You know, you do have other options in some of the patterns, not all of them, but in some of them they will have bone, and some of them they will have wood. So don't just write off old timer altogether if you don't like the scales on these standard issue old timers. Alright, that's all I really had to say about that. We're going to be doing a giveaway at 500 subscribers. And I want to go ahead and announce what knife that's going to be. At 500, we're going to be giving away a knife. This is the Old Timer 19OT, which is the Land Shark. Now this is sealed, and I don't have that other knife right next to me. But what you can do is go to this video in the corner here if you want to take a look at what the Land Shark looks like. I will be shipping this knife worldwide, so it won't be just limited to domestic. A winner for domestic. This is going to be worldwide winner, and this again will be held when we reach 500 subscribers, which I think we have, I don't know, around about 71 to go. I think I was at 429 at the beginning of this video, so about 71 more subscribers to go, and then we'll be giving away this Old Timer Land Shark model number 19OT. Alright, so again, that's sealed up, so that'll be brand new in the box. I had some comments about the background stuff here, about this little red car, and just want to kind of talk about some of the other things that I collect or have collected in the past. I don't necessarily have an active collection going out now, but I have, you know, stuff that I had collected in the past. But used to collect these 1/43 scale Ferrari cars. Now this is a Ferrari 125 F1. This is from F1 Racing. I was a big fan of F1 Racing and like the history of that, and it kind of ties into knife collecting too, because the history is interesting to me as the knives themselves. And here's another more modern example. This is the Ferrari F126 C2. This is Villeneuve's car, if you're familiar with that driver. Back in the, I want to say late 80s, early 90s, this car was used. And other cars, I collect Hot Wheels as well. Not so much anymore, but I was when my son was younger. We would collect quite a bit. This is one of my favorite. This is one, not the exact car that I had as a child, but it's the same model and make and everything. That it's a vintage one like that, but just not the same precise car. I've lost all those. Probably had my mom sell them in a garage sale or some ridiculous thing. But yeah, so I went back and picked up some of the ones I had as a kid, and this is one of my favorites. This one's called a Roger Dodger. So Hot Wheels brand car. And another one for you British guys. This is actually a Matchbox Lesney, an old vintage one. This is a Renault Le Car. You guys might remember that from the early 80s or late 70s. I guess it was probably late 70s. This one actually has a opening hatch, and you can see this says it's made in England. So this is actually an English-made Lesney before they moved their manufacturing to Asia. So kind of cool to have a British-made vehicle. Speaking of Britain, I have another knife from Richard I'd like to show you guys. This is a Tailor's Eyewitness that he sent me along with that Antonini Old Bear. I held off on showing this knife because I thought I was going to do like a Barlow video, but now I've kind of shifted gears a little bit. I think I'm going to be doing something a little different. And this isn't exactly a Barlow. I guess what disqualifies that is this smaller bolster. So I guess you just classify it as a jackknife. But this is a wonderful piece of British-made steel. You got these wonderful wood handles, which I've put some feed and wax on, and now they really have come a long way from the way it looked when I first got the knife. It was a little dried out. And you just got these stainless steel bolsters with stainless liners, stainless pins even, but you got this wonderful like 8 pull on this knife with this lamb's foot blade. And you can look at the tang stamp there. This is Sheffield Steel, Tailor's Eyewitness in England. So thank you very much, Richard. This is my first English knife. I don't have any other knives made in England, so this is a real showstopper for me. I really value this knife. This is gonna stay in my collection forever for sure. I just really like it. The quality of that pull and the lockup. I mean, that's a work knife if I've ever seen one. And apparently these aren't real expensive. This is a lower end Tailor's Eyewitness even. So to get this kind of quality out of an affordable budget knife kind of represents the channel really well. Kind of everything that we're about here, and saving money on good quality knives. So thank you again, Richard, for that, and thank you for the Antonini Old Bear as well, as I've already shown that video. And thank you guys. That's about all I have for you right now, but looking forward to some more great content coming up. Got a lot of knives to show you guys. A lot more videos to make. It's slowed down a little bit because of all the other things I have to do outside of making videos. Of course, family is taking up my time, and the holidays have kind of slowed things down. But hope you enjoyed the video, and hope I talked about some things that you enjoy in the world of collecting. Everyone have a great day, and take care.